Through the second half of the season, Brent, how do you keep your focus as a player?
Well, what have you established, Kevin, to this point in the year? I mean, what are the habits that have gotten you to this point? Are they working for you? Are you staying consistent with those? And I think over the course of time, you're going to get more positive out of habits that are creating an environment for you to have better performances and not take you away from what the remainder of this grinding long season is all about.
And talk about competitive spirit. MP has come out and, in essence, dedicated this season to winning his own matchups.
And so far, so good, right? I know it's early in the process, but MP has taken his own words to heart. He's beating his man at both ends, which gives their team an advantage. So if the rest of his teammates can just hold their own, they're going to win a lot more games.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. The machine is out there with Kobe White. And it's Terry in at the 3. And it's the machine missing. Thompson in the posts. Terry covering. And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And Cunningham looking confident down low, just understanding if he takes his time, he can get the job done.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Vucevic with it, now defended by Cunningham. Here's the machine. There aren't many players who can score at the volume he has and make it look as easy as he does every game. He averages more than 36 points a game.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Cunningham kicks to Harris. Here's Duran, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Duran has that length to corral anything around the basket.
The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. On the wing, Terry. He's covered by Thompson. 5 on the clock. Here's the machine. Good! Another from 3.
His shooting has been something that we rarely see, and he's sustained it all year long.
Well, it's been an incredible journey for him as he moves closer and closer to second on the all-time three-point leaderboard.
And he's already surpassed Curry's mark from 2019. Next up is James Harden's total from that season of 378.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Asar Thompson. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And let's swing it over to Shams Charania, who has the latest scoop on activity in the Western Conference.
Hey, Kevin, closing in on the trade deadline, the Sacramento Kings front office is getting things done. They know future Hall of Famer Chris Paul has bounced around a little bit in his later years, but he has the skill set this team was looking for. His ability to run the offense, elevate a team's basketball IQ is something they desperately wanted. I'm told it might be a short-term rental, but CP3 should provide a big boost.
Thank you for the insight, Shams. Much appreciated. Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
Yeah, the two areas you'd love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that'll grow too.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge.
Ja, big man.
Hi guys.
Big live screen, son.
Machine in the
last game against the Raptors got the job done. He had 44 points, and as you may have guessed with him, a lot of those were on the 3-ball. And those are big numbers he put up. It's hard to match, but he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Pass to the machine. On this that time, would have put him up. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. The shot by Ivy, no good. The Bulls trailing. The machine passes to White. Here's the machine. And it's off from 3-point range. And stolen by White. Throws it up high. And he leaves it in the alley-oop.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Yeah. Okay.
1:35 left in the first quarter. And Cunningham. Detroit, no good that time either.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
On the wing, Williams. Down low. Here's the machine, covered by Cunningham. Cunningham with some nice D. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Cunningham's got 11 points.
Boah, die haben auch nur Spiel so scheiße. Ja, mehr Punkte wie die, ne?
I like this attitude on this possession from Cade, just really confident getting into that J.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up. For the Pistons. So Chicago. Going with an almost entirely new grouping. Vucevic checked in for Eubanks. Williams comes in for Jalen Smith. Terry's checked in for Dosunmu. And the machine subbed in for Lonzo Ball. The Pistons leading. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
We've got Thompson. He's out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Isaiah Stewart out there with Marcus Sasser. And it's Moore in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's the machine. 6 for 2 with that shot going in.
Yeah, good gemacht.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
No shit.
Sasser.
As
it just snugs right down through the net. Bulls trail by 3. Here's the machine. Last time out, he had 44 points. And here is Giddey. Outside Williams. Back to Giddey. Shot clock at 6. Here's the machine. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. The machine's got the game tied up here for the Bulls. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Sasser gets the bucket. 8 points for him.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Pass to Giddey. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. A different look here for Detroit. Harris comes in for Asar Thompson. And Kate Cunningham subbed in for Moore. And a change for the Bulls. White's checked in. Cunningham for three. Chicago grabs the miss. And these guys are winning games by at least 11 points per game. I mean, they're beating up on teams in historic fashion.
And these guys are bringing back memories of that monumental season that the 71-72 Lakers had at just over 12 points. These guys are nipping at their heels.
Now, Sasser. He's got 8. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And the jam by White.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically. Like the aggressiveness there.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Cunningham for 3. Detroit, no good that time either.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Harris outside. On the wing, Hardaway. Terry covering. That is good. And the Bulls lead is cut back down to 1 point on the basket from Hardaway.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin, he's just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
The shot. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Bulls leading by 6. How about this run, Craig, they're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple.
There's a good screen. Shot clock at 5. Dosunmu, the pass to the machine. Takes the 3. He's off on that one.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Inside. Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
A strong finisher at the rim. That's Jalen Duran.
Well, Chicago has gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Here's Dosunmu. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
For Chicago, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Chicago making some changes. Eubanks comes in for Vucevic, and it's Lonzo Ball in for the machine.